Hey, it's AP, and today we're making a spline jig, whatever that is. Well, you probably know because you're here. You probably searched for spline jigs. Well, regardless of your level of spline jig knowledge, we're going to make one today. For Christmas this year, I'm making picture frames out of various woods I have around the shop. And to help reinforce the corners, I need to put splines in the mitered corners to make my miters mightier. Now, you've probably seen splines before. Just look at any old wooden picture frame around your house. Now, do you see that piece of wood that's in the corner there? Yep, that's a spline. Now, you could just wood glue your mitered joints together and that would be perfectly fine for a while, but the splines help hold the joints together during times of humidity change or seasonal changes when the wood expands and contracts. If you just used wood glue on these joints, they could crack and break, and then you'd have glass fall down and be a mess everywhere and just wouldn't be pretty. So for our project, we're going to make splines, but to do that, I need to make a spline jig. So let's get dirty. So I'm just using some scrap wood from around the shop, and the spline jig is pretty simple. It's a backer board. I'm going to make a saddle for my, my saw fence, and then I'm going to put in at a 45-degree angle some wood that will hold or cradle the frame, so then I can run it through safely on the saw. All right, so I'm not going to do anything to this. This is a perfect size for what I need for it, but I do need to make the saddle portion for my table saw, so let's do that.
To make the saddle, I grabbed my 1x and placed it on the back of the fence and then marked the height and cut it to size. I now have my first leg. To make the seat of the saddle, I just placed a piece of scrap on top of the fence this time, marked my line, and cut. I used a few 1 1/4-inch screws to hold the seat to the leg. For the, I guess the cradle board? Yeah, we'll call it a cradle board. I'm using a piece of 3/4-inch birch plywood scrap. I marked the back to get an idea where to place my screws. Next, I just used a speed square to figure out my angles. Grabbed some scrap 1x, cut to fit, and then glued and screwed in place.
And now I can put my splines in there to get a really nice, tight miter. A mighty miter. Now I can spline my days away with my new splining jig. This, not very complicated. It's like you're making a little chair with a funky back. I think I will kind of go back and maybe put some screws through the back here just to give it a little bit more stability, because I do put a little bit of pressure when I'm pushing this through, and God forbid this snaps off and then, well, whole butterfingers. So, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you learned something new today. That's the most important thing. If you came here, you were probably wondering how to make your own spline jig, and now you do know. So go ahead and make those spline cuts. You can make picture frames, you can make spline keys and boxes, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with this thing. Super simple. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you decided to tackle this or you have a different way of doing it. I'd love to hear how you would go about putting something like this together. If you're a social butterfly like I am, head on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me there so we can take the conversation off of YouTube. I like to share upcoming projects, behind the scenes photos, and, well, other stuff that people share on Twitter and Instagram. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified the next time I upload a cool video like this. It's not only jigs that we're making over here, I do all kinds of fun stuff like bookcases and prop making and cosplay. As always, until next time, stop planning and start making. Take care, everybody.